This is a reading from the Notebooks by Muriel Torda, 1943, August 24th. In regard to Madame Curie, footnote, Marie Curie, born 1867, died 1934. Jesus says, "They are humanly perfect creatures. In them everything has reached perfection, except their spirit, which has regressed more and more until becoming an embryonic spirit. They have perfect genius, perfect seriousness, perfect honesty, perfect humility, but everything is humanly perfect. Their virtue is a flame which gives no warmth. It is cold fire. It has no value for me. I prefer an imperfect spirituality to a perfect humanity. Such a splendor of human perfection is like the brightness of 1,000 arc lamps. They provide light, that's undeniable, but it is artificial light, which, if a small device breaks down, immediately fades and nothing is left of it, whereas the spirit, even if it is imperfect, is always a little sun, living in its own light, which flows from the grace which is in it. I speak of the alive spirit, that is, living in me, vivified by grace. Having possessed a superior intelligence which enabled them to delve into the mysteries of nature, should it also have led them to see the power of God and his existence, whose being is written upon all created things. But there is not a bit of this. They are beings full of knowledge, but lacking the thread leading to exact knowledge of all that is, inventors of what is new, but deniers of what is eternal, discoverers of secret forces, but indifferent to the force of the forces. God. They do not seek him. Indeed, they deliberately deny him. At the very least, they neglect him. This is why human science, which has undeniably progressed, does not yield good, but poisonous fruits. The fire of love, which brings God to be respected and loved, which brings one's neighbor to be respected and loved, is lacking in the hearts and minds of scientists. In this specific case, the woman did not harm, but rather benefited her brothers and sisters. That is indeed a great deal, but reflect on the impetus she would have impressed upon her school, her disciples, and the disciples of her disciples, if she had joined a deep religiosity to the appeal of herself. Also, believe, soul of mine, that in the hour of judgment certain insignificant, illiterate creatures will stand forth as greater than some luminaries of science. The former, set aflame by love, will be living stars in my heaven. The others, though I will not condemn them on account of the good they have done in human terms, will simply be hazy in my paradise. They will be the ones saved by my mercy, without any merit on their part, saved more on account of the prayers of those benefited by them than on their own account. Now tell me, do you prefer to be a little nothing in the field of knowledge, and be mine, very much my own, in this life and the other? Or would you have instead liked to be a star here below, and a dark nebula up above? I already know your reply, and hence say to you, you have answered wisely. Go in peace. A short paragraph was written for August the 25th, so I'll read that now. Jesus says, "For me the grandee dwelling in the royal palace and the shepherd sleeping on the grass in the midst of his flock are no different. You are all my brothers and sisters and children, and I shed my blood for the rich and the poor, the powerful and the wretched. I thus do not applaud certain distinctions that are being made now. I do not approve slaughters wherever they may be carried out. I do not approve them because they are contrary to charity and are a serious motivation for the weak to despair. But neither do I approve there being some who, exploiting a privileged position, save themselves while leaving other places under diabolical torment. But know that I am wherever those belonging to me suffer. I am thus wherever danger is most intense and disaster is imminent. Wherever people die by the action of man, the Redeemer, who absolves and blesses, is present."